Here in my hand, I got a completely unopened 12-ounce glass jar of vintage Maxwell House coffee for 1975. And in this video, we're gonna find out if it is still good to the last drop. But before we get into it, I'm Joe with Joe Picks Joe, and if you're new here, I talk all about how to brew and taste coffee. If that sounds good to you, scroll down, hit subscribe. If you like the video, hit like. I would really appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. So I recently purchased this on eBay, and I also did a recent video on coffee. It was ground Colombian coffee, but in a tin, also from the 70s, from a now out of business airliner. If you're interested to see that, that wasn't instant coffee, it was ground coffee in a tin. I'll put a card up here and a link down below if you're interested in seeing that. But this is instant, and instant lasts longer than ground coffee. And I did a recent video on joepicksjoe.com. I did a lot of research for this. If you scroll down, I'll link to that in the description. But I talked about how long coffee lasts. And in general, instant coffee can last between 2 and 20 years unopened in the pantry, or indefinite in the freezer. And as comparison, just to relate it to ground coffee, that can only last about 3 to 5 months, according to the experts, with it unopened. This one is sealed as well. If I take off the cap, we could see it does still have this, sort of freshness seal on it. So I would consider it sealed. So I have pretty high hopes for this. This is about 46 years old, so it is it's over double the maximum range of what the experts recommend. But I find that the experts recommend or best before dates. There's no best before date on this, or there's no actual date in terms of when it was manufactured. There is some numbers on the bottom. I don't completely understand them. If you do, comment down below and let me know what they are. 2549W. Not sure what that means, but I still have high hopes for this. And best before dates, they tend to really play it safe. But before I taste it, I want to talk a little bit about the Maxwell House brand, because I'm always interested in the history behind brands. So it's been around a really, really long time, well over 100 years, since 1892. And it was actually named after a hotel that was the brand's first customer. It was actually the Maxwell House Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. So I'll throw a picture up here. It still is around. This obviously doesn't seem to be the original hotel. It doesn't look like it's from 1892. If you have any experience staying at this hotel, or if you're familiar with the area, let me know. I'm kind of interested in staying there to see if they do have, a little museum to the coffee or whatever. It doesn't seem to be rated very well though. And for nearly 100 years, it was the best-selling coffee in the U.S. Now it's dropped down to, still in the top 10, it's number 9 in the world, behind brands that you would usually expect, like the Dunkin' Donuts and the Starbucks, and even falls behind Tim Hortons. And as a Canadian, Tim Hortons is huge in this country, but sometimes it's hard to understand how much of an international reach it does have as well. And as I mentioned at the top of the video, the company's slogan is "Good to the last drop," but that's actually the shortened version of that slogan. Take a look at the full one from this video, from this commercial from the 70s.
Maxwell House, coffee you can count on. Always smells good, always tastes good, always good to the last drop.
So we're now going to see if it still does smell good, taste good, and if it's still good to the last drop. And of course, if it's still fresh tasting.
So fresh tasting. It's these flavor buds. That's where the freshness starts.
All right, enough talking. Let's jump right into it. Okay. I don't know how everyone else takes off these seals, but okay. Maybe. Whoa, 45 years since the last time this has had any air. Oh. So far, it is not smelling good. But it's hard to tell if that's actually just the way the coffee is supposed to smell, or if it's from age. Oh, it definitely does not smell fresh. It looks okay though. I'll give you a zoomed in shot. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It doesn't look like you want to smell it. Smell if it, if it has some rancid smell to it. Then you want to take a look at it visually to see if there's any mold. Of course, instant coffee is freeze dried, so it does generally last, significantly longer than actual ground coffee. But I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm really not sure about this. Like I said in the other video, like I don't really want to get sick, but I also want to give like an accurate rating for everyone watching this to tell, you know, if you do come across a 46-year-old unopened thing of instant coffee, like, can you actually drink it, you know, without getting sick? And I mean, it's just kind of entertaining. All right, well, we have to at least brew it. All right, let me brew it. Let's see what the instructions say. Use 1 teaspoon of coffee, more or less, to suit your taste. Add boiling water and stir. Okay. That's looking a little bit weak, actually. You know what? I'm going to add in just one more. Yeah, that's looking a little bit better. All right, moment of truth. It smells pretty good. All right, cheers. Yeah, that's not great. I mean, it tastes like coffee, but it just does not taste fresh. Like, I know I don't drink instant coffee very often, but I know what instant coffee usually tastes like, and it usually has a bolder taste than this. Oh yeah, yeah, that's not good. Not good. Yeah, I mean, you could drink it if you put something in it, like, you know, put half a mug of Baileys and then the rest instant coffee. It might work. I don't even know. You know what? There's actually something on the side here. Any questions or comments, call this phone number toll free. You know what? I'm going to give him a call. 1, to see if that number still does work. And 2, just let them know that it's no longer fresh. Maybe I can get my money back.
The number you dialed has a new directory assistance service. Please have a pen ready to write down our phone number. You must be over 18 and each call costs $4.99. Again, that number is...
Each call costs $4.99. Yeah, Maxwell House. I bought a thing of instant coffee and it just doesn't taste good. It tastes actually quite nasty. Sorry, when is it from? Oh, 1975. Yeah, I don't know what that number was for, and I'm not paying $4.99 to figure it out. Anyways, that is the final answer. If you do find some instant coffee that's 40 plus years or even 20 plus years, I would really be cautious. I think I'm going to have to agree with the experts on this one. And this one, even though it is about the same age as that ground coffee that was in the tin, this actually tastes worse. I mean, that ground coffee, that was somewhat drinkable. Like I hung on to it a little bit longer, just kind of considering, should I finish it off or should I have another cup or two? Just taste it out and have a second thought. And it wasn't really all that bad. But this instant coffee, like this is just going right into the compost. Like this was not good. Yeah, and it just smells horrible. So there you have it. Was that what you expected? Were you like, yeah, Joe, like, yeah, duh, no kidding, it wouldn't have been good. Comment down below if you like this sort of stuff. Again, subscribe, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.